First off, John, congrats on getting into the postseason once again. And you go in with some momentum, including that win over Greater Latrobe last Friday. So what stood out about how your team finished the regular season?
Well, obviously we're happy that we went from 2-2 to 8-2. After we were 2-2, after the Woodland Hills loss, we just didn't think we were clicking on all cylinders. And while we thought we were doing a lot of good things, we weren't putting all three phases together at the same time. So we had a pretty good team discussion, and our first goal was to go 8-2 to win the last 6 games. So I'm really proud of the kids for their resolve in that situation and getting us to where we're at. So, we couldn't have done much better after that point of the year. So very happy with our progress.
Let's talk about the win against Greater Latrobe. You already knew you were locked into that second spot out of the Big East, so you didn't have a ton to play for in that regard. Obviously, your seeding could be impacted by a win or loss, but your team still had a good effort and really controlled the second half by maintaining the football. So what did you like from the win against the Wildcats?
I like that we showed up to play. Like you said, it wasn't going to – we probably could have dropped to 7 or 8 had we lost. We wanted to try to get as high of a seed as we could. But long story short, it was, the kids only get 10 guaranteed games. And then, from here on out, it's however long you can last. So we weren't going to sub guys, sit guys. We were going to play to win just because they earned the opportunity. So credit to them. I thought we played outstanding. We had a couple of big ones called back. But other than that, I thought we ran the ball pretty effectively against a really good defense that knows pretty much everything we say and do. So that was a challenge in itself. But I thought our defense stood tall again. They had one good drive. But other than that, I thought we did a good job of shutting them down and just played a really overall good football game.
And the Wildcats still got into the postseason as a wild card team. What was that moment like when the game ended and you went up and saw Coach Ron Prady, your former longtime assistant?
It was, awkward's not the word, but it's not fun. You would think it would be fun maybe for people on the outside, but this is a guy that we all worked with for 10 years. We know how much time we spend in that football office and preparing and, joking around and all the stuff that comes with coaching. So I'm really happy for him and how good his program has performed over the last 3 years. But it's not fun going against them.
So you get in as the number 6 seed, which means a first-round matchup against number 11 South Fayette. Was that pretty much what you had anticipated after the win on Friday?
Yeah, we thought we'd either get South Fayette or Moon. We had already played Moon, and typically the WPIAL doesn't schedule against an opponent you played earlier in the year. So we were kind of betting, I guess, on South Fayette. Although we really didn't do anything with that. We just kind of sat around and waited till the announcement came, and then we got to work.
Well, they had a great start to the season, winning their first 6 games, but they ran into some tough teams in the conference and finished with 4 consecutive losses. That said, obviously they still have a lot of talent, including at quarterback. So when you look at them, what really jumps out?
Well, he is definitely a talented quarterback, both throwing and running the football. Very, very good arm, very efficient running the ball. They have some talent on the perimeter that he gets the ball to. So this is a team that's probably a little more than half pass, which is semi-rare in high school. So our secondary is really going to be tested. Our pass rush is really going to be tested. But we're not just going to play the pass because obviously these guys can run the football as well. So it's a dynamic offense we have to prepare for. And then defensively, man, they bring a ton of pressure from all kind of different places. So it's a little bit unique in that regard. We went from a couple of defenses that are bend but don't break the last few weeks to, I don't want to say exotic, but a team that really likes to bring the heat and show you different looks and kind of confuse you. So we definitely have to do a great job up front of seeing all these things, communicating, and then going playing.
Anything else that jumps out that would ultimately dictate wins or losses on Friday?
No, it's just a really well-coached team that is really battle-tested in a tough conference. As you said, we know that in the playoffs, in particular, your seniors, they're all playing with desperation, knowing it could be their last game. And, we openly talk about that on our team. And we don't want our guys playing with fear. We want them playing, with urgency. But they got to understand, any kind of lack of effort could be their last time. So I think you see a lot of urgency moving forward.
Lastly, on that point, the senior group were around for that championship run, WPIAL and state titles in 2021. They also were around last year when the game kind of got away from you and it was a lopsided loss against Penn Hills. So is there a motivation to get back to having a postseason run once again?
Yeah, of course there is. We really had a sour taste after last season. Even 2 years ago when these guys were sophomores, we had a lot of adversity and didn't overcome that either, and got bounced in the first round. So we've been talking for a long time about how our program needs to go on a playoff run again, and these are the guys to do it. Hopefully we put everything together and beat South Fayette on Friday.
Well, John, thanks so much as always for taking the time. Congrats on getting to the playoffs and good luck going forward.
Thanks a lot, Sean. I appreciate it.
That's John Ruane, the head coach of Penn-Trafford.